This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. My next guest is my grandson, Bryson Brown. He's going to be reading to you a story that my dad wrote in his book, and it's about Christmas time. Very proud of him. Thank you very much, Bryson.
I'm Bryson Brown, and I'm reading one of my great-grandpa Hal's stories about Christmas, Santa Claus Parade. I was in Toronto a few years ago on a business trip. I went to broadcast the Royal Agriculture Winter Fair. The trip had nothing to do with the Santa Claus Parade, but somehow that seemed to be the unexpected highlight of the weekend. I was in the vestibule of the hotel, and don't ask me what hotel, I haven't the foggiest idea which one it was. The bus dropped me the night before and after a busy day of work. I was just happy to get a good night's rest. Someone in the crowd said, "Hey, did you know the Santa Claus Parade goes by here in just 2 hours?" I checked the time and I had 5 hours before I had to leave for home. So I decided right then and there I would take on the Santa Claus Parade. It was a sunny day, but a cool day. As I stood there in the crowd with thousands of youngsters, mothers, and fathers, and all of the other relatives in the family, I could hear the parade and the marching bands approaching down the street. When I got this strange feeling that I was back in my childhood. I guess we all experienced this at one time or another, but this was all too real. My mother used to take me to the Santa Claus Parade in Montreal when I was a kid, and for some reason it felt as if Mom was standing right there by my side, as the clowns and the floats came into view. My father always had to work on Sunday mornings when I was young, and for this reason, Mom always got me out of bed around 6 o'clock on parade day. She made sure I had my porridge, even though with the excitement, I didn't feel like any. And we took the trip to downtown Montreal. To see the annual tradition, the Santa Claus Parade. This went on for years. But there was another feature I always looked forward to, and that was the trip to Murray's restaurant after the parade for our Christmas pudding. I look forward to this as much as I did Christmas Day, all the presents that went along with it. Every Christmas it was Harold and Mom and the Santa Claus Parade, and then the trip to Murray's for Christmas pudding. I thought about the good times Mom and I had watched the parade go by on that day in Toronto. I felt like a kid again, even though Mom had passed away many years before. I felt as if we were together for another parade. I felt as if I could reach out and touch her. It was real. I stood there watching and enjoying the bands, the floats, and of course the highlight of the parade, the jolly old gentleman himself. There was Santa. I really enjoyed that parade that year, but there was more to the story. After the crowd had left and the parade passed down the street, I decided to go somewhere for a cup of coffee and to warm up with. I don't know Toronto, and I still don't. But I looked around for a restaurant and found just a block or two away. It looked nice and clean and inviting, so I went inside, sat down, and the waitress came over and handed me a menu. And in this restaurant, just picked at random from the whole city of Toronto, the menu read, "Welcome to Murray's. Our special this week is Christmas pudding. Merry Christmas."